Welcome back to the channel. Listen, if you clicked this, it's because you know this guest we're about to have on is fucking unreal. Dude's made millions. The casinos don't like him. They ban him. Anyways, I'm gonna give you guys a little secret before we get into it. He actually goes into his records and shows us how much he made live on air. So stick around for that point, because that's honestly gonna break the fucking internet. Anyways, Noosh, what do you got to tell me,
Guys got
bro?
so much cash.
Yo.
Guys got so much cash. Anyways, shout out to everyone that's been copping the merch. We are officially sold out. I think it lasted maybe about a week. So congratulations if you got these staple pieces.
Yes.
Check them out.
Yes.
They're gone. They're gone. But if you did get one, make sure you tag us at Money Buys Happiness, at Ernesto Guerra, at Anthony Sorella. We want to see you rocking that shit, okay? And if you didn't, I mean, there's gonna be another drop, right? So just make sure you know when that's coming out. Follow us. We always talk about it. We always post about it. Let's get into this episode.
They know that I go flip mode when I bust the rhymes. Man's on a different thing, man, I told him 100 times. I did a bunch of crimes, and none of them were done for the vine. So you can take that bullshit and stick that where the sun don't shine. The summer's up, it's about to get real cold. Late nights in the studio with the bros.
Welcome back to the MBH podcast, Money Buys Happiness. Guys, first of all, you're clicking this video because we got a fucking legend in the room, all right? Straight up. I'm not even gonna tell you to subscribe, like, you already know what you gotta do.
But you should.
But you should. Guys.
You really should.
An absolute legend. We've been so excited. I actually showed this guy to Ernesto, I think, maybe like a year and a half ago?
Yeah, and I was like, damn.
I was like, dude, this guy's rinsing the casino, bro. This is fucked. I can't even win $500. So, anyways, without further ado, Mikki, what's up,
lose
brother?
all the time, no?
No, don't. Let's not talk about it. We'll talk about that after. We'll talk about that after. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Thanks
man.
for coming, bro.
Yeah,
thanks for having
appreciate
me.
it.
We just said you look glistening right now.
Yeah,
You're
thank
glistening.
you.
You're
Thank you.
shiny.
I sprayed myself with sparkles.
It's actually funny how before we get into it, how we got you on. I was leaving the casino at Hard Rock in Miami, and I saw you posted a story. It was like 4 a.m. I'm like, fuck, let me just shoot this guy a DM. You know, if you don't shoot your shot, you're never
That's a
gonna
good
get
time,
it, right?
though. If he was up, that's a good time.
Hey, it turned out to work. He hit me up, and we made it happen. Well, within a couple of days, we're out here in LA. So, dude, once again, appreciate you coming on. We're excited to get into this one.
A lot of casinos do not like this guy right here, but we're
No.
gonna find out why now. But
Yeah.
I wanna go like to the way back, because I want to understand your story and how you got to where you are
Hold on
today.
real quick. Ian,
Yeah.
my nail lady's outside, I think. Do you mind grabbing her? Thank you.
Yeah, we got nails being done in here right now. If anyone's wondering, it's the first
exclusive.
podcast ever for one of the guests to get their nails done.
I didn't have time this morning, so
Yeah, we're about it.
Yeah, I jump in the whip right when this is done and drive straight to Vegas. So like, if I don't do it now, I don't have a shot.
Is
That's not
that
happening.
like your usual schedule? Like you're just flying around between places, driving
Yeah.
around, going here, going here?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Quick trips to Vegas.
Yeah.
Flying out of here. No, well, you're driving.
Yeah, we're driving this time. We have so I used to use PJs like they were my Uber. I swear to God, I used to take a private jet from Vegas, and when we land on the tarmac in LA, I'd tell the pilot, I'd be like, "Hey, yo, don't even leave the plane. I'll be right back." And my driver would get me from the tarmac, take me to my house. I'd never even go inside. I just check my mailbox. The driver takes me back, jump back on the tarmac, and fly back to Vegas.
Jeez.
I threw a party one time, and I wanted like this particular hat to wear that night, and the hat was at my house in LA. So I just took the jet over to grab the hat and fly back in time for the
Yo,
party.
I rate that though, because I would do that if I had a jet. I would
do the
definitely
same
make
thing.
moves for a hat. Like
Yeah,
that's
why
my
not,
vibe. That's
you
my
know?
vibe.
The hat, the shades. Because like, listen, when you're at the casino and you're fucking winning millions, you gotta look good doing it.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
100%.
So let's take it way back.
Yeah.
I want to take it back to when you were a kid.
Okay.
What were you like as a kid?
I was really wild and out of control, but it was like I had this aggression in me that I didn't know where to channel it. I didn't know how to hone it internally, right? So as a child, I'm just like a child. No, I don't know anything. You know, I'm just experiencing every feeling I was experiencing as a child, as all we all are, is the first times we're experiencing these. The first time I ever had anxiety, the first time I was ever sad, the first time I ever, scuffed my knee. Those are all first experiences. So as a child, when I had this energy, I'll call it, I didn't know that I can channel it inward and use it to focus on anything. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I was learning, and it took me a lot of years of having that energy, or I was like, let me just get it out of my body. That's what I was thinking. So I would just try to get it out, and I would get really wild and get really crazy and like get in trouble, and I had too much energy and stuff like this. And it wasn't like ADD or ADHD. I remember back then all the kids had that.
Yeah. No one had any attention. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. It was like this I couldn't like describe it. It was like this this like hypertension in my brain is really what it was.
Okay.
And then I was like, I don't know how to stop this, so let me try to get it out.
Okay.
And then as I got older, I learned that I can like bring it internally and use it to focus on things.
Yeah. So how was like your upbringing? Like how was school? Like who were you hanging out with? Like what were you doing when you were like maybe, you know, a teenager?
So I was always like a straight A student. I mean, not some B's too, but I was always in like advanced classes and things.
Okay.
But so what I would do is I would get A's, like I would ace everything in the first semester, and then do nothing for the rest of the year.
Just coast.
Yeah, and at the end of the year, I'm left with like a D-, and I'm like sick.
Just enough.
Yeah. But I was always getting like expelled and suspended. I was like a really bad kid. There was like a point in time. It was like I don't know how many months, but they hired a new school security guard because I was too out of control, and then I still didn't chill out. So then they made that security guard like walk. I couldn't go anywhere without the security guard being by my side. I'd use my own bathrooms, and I could only use like the locked ones. So that way I'd be by myself. So they'd unlock, the security would take me to the bathroom, unlock it, lock
That's
it. That's
kind of like a celebrity move though at that age, to be honest. You're moving around with your own guard at that point.
Yeah, except it was for the wrong reasons.
Of course.
It was like, this is in Jersey?
This is in Jersey. Yeah.
Okay. So
That's where you were from.
wasn't-
That's where you're born.
Correct.
And any jobs at that time? Like, were you working any jobs or?
I mean, I was like basically just selling drugs, and
Okay.
I was hustling however I could. I didn't look at selling drugs as like a crime or a
Yeah.
gangster move. I was like, I'm just trying to make some money, you know?
Yeah.
I did everything. Like the first gig I ever had, like making money, I must have been like 8 years old, and it's called Loretta Lynn's Ranch. It's like the biggest amateur motocross race of the year. And when you pull up, they give you like this whole like packet when you sign up to race, and it has like tons of stickers and magazines. So what I would do is I'd go around to every kid who got one of these, and we're talking like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I was like, hey, can I just have your stickers? Well, slowly but surely, the entire event ran out of stickers because I was hoarding them all. And then I would set up a table and I'd sell the stickers back to everybody.
Genius.
Let's go.
Yeah.
How old? 8?
About 8. Yeah.
Okay, so you're already making moves at that point.
Yeah.
So you're already trying to do like your own shit, like just be your own guy, be your own person.
Yeah.
What was your family like at that point?
So my dad was a business owner. He was doing well. My mother like worked like in my dad's office, you know.
Okay.
And me and my brother raced dirt bikes. That's what we did at the time.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that a big thing at the time in Jersey or?
Yeah, I mean, I think it still is now, but it's like back then I was young and it's all I knew. Like that was what I did. My first race I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
And
Oh shit.
yeah,
That's
so-
fucking. Yeah. Can you even ride a dirt bike at fucking 3 years old?
Yeah, I forget what age I was riding a bicycle with no training wheels, but I was like pretty early on that.
Okay.
And yeah, my dad used to be a pro stock bike racer, like a professional bike drag racer.
Okay.
So when I was like an infant, would have dirt bikes, and he would just like put me on one in my diaper, and we just like putt around the street and stuff. And I seemed to like it, I guess, as a baby.
Yeah.
So as soon as I can like ride a bicycle, no training wheels, he's like, let's see if you can ride a dirt bike.
Yeah. It's
When you were getting those A's and you know like getting the D's in the second semester, what did you want to do with your life at that point?
I had no
didn't know,
ambition.
eh?
I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything.
Did you have a group of friends that you were hanging out with? Were you inspired by anything at that point?
I would say not so much inspired. I was just really on this. Yeah, I had a group of friends. They were like, so I went. I was like with the most popular kids, like the jocks and like
Yeah.
you know that was like my group. But I was like such a bad kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That a lot of times they would look at me and be like, I don't know if we want to bring him, to this
Wow.
thing tonight. So
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't blame them. So I started gravitating towards like the bad kid group,
Okay.
and so I had like a little bit of both. I can flip flop each day depending on if I felt like behaving.
Yeah, how you're feeling that day? Am I trying to be good today? Trying to get some trouble?
Yeah.
Do you still like talk to anybody that you went to high school
for
with?
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because that's a tough thing. I know a lot of people just like you outgrow those people and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
especially you don't live in the same place anymore, right?
Yeah, right.
But you still connect with them. Cool. I appreciate you. Gamble with them?
I've probably gambled with like a couple of them.
Okay.
But the thing is that I felt like a lot of them abandoned me at some point in my life. When it was no longer a conscious decision, do I want to get in trouble today or do I want to be good? And I had lost that free will, and my life had took a negative turn, and I was no longer in control of my own life. They all abandoned me, and stopped taking my calls, stopped hanging out with me, stopped helping me, and didn't show me no love, and they let me suffer really bad. So for those ones a lot of those ones have reached out now that I'm like,
I was about to
No
say.
shit,
I was
you
about
know?
to say
No
they're probably
shit.
reaching back out now.
they can suck my dick.
How old were you when that was happening? Like when you realized that, you know what, people are actually not even want to hang out with me anymore. Like I'm fucking a bad
What's going
influence
on at that point?
Yeah.
What's going on at that point?
I was like, I was like partying really hard, committing a lot of crimes,
Okay.
like doing drugs, stuff like that. I went to I went to like these juvenile prison programs.
Okay.
And it started when I was, I got sent it. So I went in when I was just before I turned 15, or no, I was 15.
Okay.
And I did I did a full year, right? And when I got out, I was on like probation and juvenile parole and like all these things. I had like a lot hanging over my head, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna like try to chill out. And I got back with all the good popular kids, the ones that weren't really pushing, getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And we all like immediately like linked back up. We're like all gravy. And then I became like 17, 18, started like really going hard and, drugs and getting in like adult trouble. I remember I had a group of friends that their high school trip was to go on senior year, was to go into the local jail. And so they learn a lesson, It's like, hey, like you're about
This is what you don't wanna do,
Yeah, you're
yeah.
about to turn 18. Don't do this. You'll end up in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And I was in the jail. So I'm in the yard and they're walking in the hallway and we're like banging on the glass like, yo, what up?
That's crazy.
How was that 1 year there?
Yeah.
How was that
kid.
experience? Yeah.
It was terrible. So I've been to like, all the big boy jails, and it was actually the worst one I've ever been to. And I think it gave me this concept of lack of consequence, because moving forward, I was like, there's no way anything on this planet could be worse than the environment I was in as a kid. So like, bring it on, So I was committing adult crimes as an adult, and I'm like, I don't care where you send me, it'll never equate to that.
Be this bad.
Yeah.
Did you end up going back to jail after that year in juvie?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
How many times you been in and out?
Bro, I don't even know. I used to go to jail so much, my mother became a bail bondsman. That's a true story.
Come on.
Yeah, it's a true story.
Shit.
Gotta love the support though. Gotta love the support. My mom would do the same, bro. Okay,
Wow.
so
Wow.
I guess that's a tough like upbringing, right? You're bouncing around between friend groups. What did you learn a lot about? Like, what did you learn about your environment and the people around you? Because we like to say this too, and a lot of people say this, but like you're the average of the 5 people around you. That's what they like to say, and I kind of agree with it. Do you see that now, after bouncing around between groups and trying to find the people that you want to be with?
I mean, the 5 people you're around, right, obviously will influence you. Like if you're around them and all 5 of them are like, hey, let's go do this thing.
Yes.
How can you be like, no, we're friends and we're friends because we all have like compatible traits,
Yeah.
but I'm the only one that doesn't ever want to do the same things as you, then we must not be compatible, we're not friends.
Yeah.
So there definitely holds validity for sure.
Yeah. And is that something that, I mean, what did you learn from your environment throughout those years?
I learned that I can survive in anything.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm sure.
That's what I'm getting from this,
Yeah, which is a big part of it. Okay, when does gambling come into play? This is what I gotta know. Is there an age group? Is there a time? And how does it happen?
Yeah, so I mean, I come from like a thick bloodline of gamblers, right? One time I think it was in my first No Jumper interview, I said, and my family used to own casinos. It got blown so out of proportion.
Yes.
Let me tell you like the reality, right?
Okay, all
the
right.
reality is like 70 years ago, my grandfather's brother had a piece of a small casino in London and like lost it not too long after. Gambling. He like gambled his shares away. Right?
Okay.
So I don't like I've seen so many people say my family owns casinos on the strip.
Oh, they're talking about like MGM and fucking crazy ones.
Like, what are they talking about? What are these kids talking about?
Take it out of
The
context.
internet.
Yeah.
The internet.
So the only reason I said that is to show like my family's been involved in high stakes gambling a long time. I come from a thick bloodline of gamblers.
Yeah.
And so probably like, I don't know, 6, 7 years old, somewhere around there, 8 maybe. I was taught various games. I was taught like Hungarian rummy. I was taught gin rummy. I was taught Texas Hold'em. I was taught 5 card. I was taught some of these games by my grandparents. We would play like for like coins, like pennies, nickels, dimes.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and then my neighborhood was all like, mobsters and rich Jews, and we all gambled. The Jewish kids had too much money from their bar mitzvahs, and the Italians were like just down with the get down, and so
course.
be it. So everybody supported like gambling at a young age. So we
Yeah.
did in my neighborhood.
It was normal, yeah.
Yeah. So at 13, starting probably around ages 11 till about ages 15, everybody in my neighborhood was just 5 days a week, maybe more, gambling. I used to go to school. This was back when those puffy North Face jackets were in.
Yeah, they're popping.
And
Yeah.
On the inside pocket, I always had a deck of cards. And all my friends always did. We all had decks of cards. So when we were in class, instead of doing schoolwork, we're just dealing each other cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
So was it still gambling, or were you guys just playing? Were you guys?
No, we were gambling.
Yeah, playing for money,
sure.
eh?
Damn, straight
That's
high
amazing.
school, making some cash.
Yeah.
Okay. So from there, when is it? I guess here you got to be in Canada. I think it's 18, but here's 21 to be in the casino, or is it 18?
Mostly it's
Is
21.
it state to state?
I think there are some states, like I think some of the Indian casinos you could be 18.
Okay.
Don't quote. I'm definitely over
Yeah.
21, so it's not
Yeah, yeah.
super relevant.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but mostly 21.
So I guess that around that age is when you start actually stepping into the casinos.
No.
No.
I started pretty young. So my grandparents used to take me and my younger brother to Atlantic City like every weekend.
Oh, lit. Okay.
And we would gamble as like young teens. My brother was probably 13, I was 14. And we started gambling in the casinos, and it was so weird. We're clearly underage.
I was gonna say, how does that even work? Like,
they would just not say anything until I started winning. As long as I'm losing,
Yeah, it's true.
they just let it
didn't
happen.
matter.
But as soon as like I hit a slot that wins, as soon as I like start becoming profitable on a table, that's when security comes. Let me see your ID.
okay.
So then my grandparents got tired of that because then they had to cut their trip. So they found a way to get like fake identities and all this for my brother and I. So they,
That's amazing.
yeah.
So-
So I think I was like 19 years old for like 7 years. Oh, no, hold on. I'm sorry. I was 21 years old for like 7 years. My
7
brother
years.
was 19, so I can play. My brother wasn't a big gambler, and he isn't to this day.
Yeah.
So I was 21 for like 7 years. You know what I
That's
mean?
amazing.
And he was 19. Yeah.
And you just had a knack for it. You liked doing it. You liked gambling.
I like winning.
Yeah.
I'm very competitive, and in gambling, to be a winner or a loser is very clear cut.
Yeah.
Did you win or did you lose?
Yeah.
Straight
What's
up.
left in your pocket. Yeah.
That's it. So it became really like a real great way for me to figure out, like, did I win? Am I a winner? You know? And
And was the gambling helping you? Sorry, Ann. Was the gambling helping you at all with like that upbringing that you had? Was it like a release for you?
I'm not sure. I never really thought about it like that. I think there were moments where maybe I can say to myself, wow, look how like calm and in the zone I am,
Yeah,
right? And if I'm calm and in the zone, then I'm not wild and acting out.
You were sort of able to like zone in and
Dialed
kind
in.
of dial in.
Right.
What at the beginning? What games was it? Were you always switching around, or was it
Mostly blackjack, but always switching around for sure.
Yeah. I feel like blackjack is like always like the entry game to the casino.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the easiest to learn, easiest to play.
Fair. And I mean the slots, but the slots are boring, no?
I don't know.
You can't win. Like you can't really win.
There's I know like a lot of slot hustlers that it's so weird. They all don't know each other. A couple of these guys I know, but I know all of them. And I've had each one of them explain to me how they can guarantee a win in slots, and they all have the exact same strategy. Like they all have the same, like they read the same book. Like it's
Yeah.
like, so it's really hard for me to argue with that logic, you know, but, and I also know how slot machines are designed.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's impossible. I just don't think it's like great.
Yeah.
And coming into this, are you reading any books, or everything you've learned is just straight like from doing it, from making it
Trial by
happen?
fire for sure.
Yeah.
Everything in my life was that way.
Fair. Yeah, because I feel like I like before we came out, I looked, there's like books on how to do this, how to beat this system, how to do that. And I'm like, I just don't believe it's in a fucking book. Or
Bro,
else-
they were if the guys who wrote the book really could beat all of them, then why are they writing the book?
were
instead
they
of
writing the
reading
book?
them?
Why
book.
would they read the
Yeah,
book?
it's facts.
And that goes even like jumping way ahead now, but that goes even with when people try to ask you with the Baccarat.
Yeah,
You're like,
Well, I'm sure they
I'm
ask
just
you
doing it.
about
I'm just doing it,
everything.
but you don't have to know.
it's the most.
And that would
common
screw it
question.
up, obviously.
Yeah. It's the most
Right?
common question is what's my box strategy?
That's what everyone wants to know.
Yeah.
Eh? It's the
How many
magic
people have
question.
you told on one hand?
One.
One.
There's one person in the world that knows.
Wow.
He's
Damn.
sitting in this room.
Hey, coach.
Jason.
Coach.
No.
That's
Coach
coach.
Ian.
That's
Ian.
coach.
Shout out
Okay.
Coach.
We'll
Yeah.
get coach in here in a second, but so I want to get into that world. So you start winning, a lot, obviously. I'm curious. Biggest win? Can you say?
Yeah, my biggest win in one session was $11,526,000.
Like Jesus fucking Christ. What do you even like? How do you feel after that? How do you react? What's the feeling?
Nothing. I
Nothing. Wow.
Every time, you know, you can ask Ian because we've taken this ride together. But every time I do something like that, I actually shut off. I like send everybody home and I act like nothing happened. You know, I'll go like the first thing I always do is I order a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, lightly toasted with sliced banana on it and the cuss crud off.
That's so lit.
Humbling.
That's so lit.
After 11 mil.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you do like before you gamble? Or do you have any like rituals or anything like that you do?
I do a lot of things. I have like a handful of superstitions. I think somebody asked me once about my superstitions on camera, and I was like drawing blanks. But the truth is, I actually have a lot.
Okay.
There's certain colored boxers, like underwear, that I will not wear. Actually, I won't even touch them, and I won't touch anything that's touching them.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I have certain other specific articles of clothing that I act similarly with. I don't split poles. I like to drive in a certain way. I do certain things in the shower, like I'll like say, I like act a certain, like I'll purposely take a really long shower and I'll draw in the fog on the window like messages that I have to stare at for my whole shower, you know, and
That's
affirmations and
crazy.
stuff like that.
not so much affirmations, but similar concept.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Like I'm a fucking G, like shit like that, and then you just walk out the shower like I'm a fucking G. Just stared
11
at it.
mil today, and that's it. Damn.
So 11 mil. What did you even like? What game was that?
Baccarat.
Baccarat.
Yeah.
Fuck. When did you realize that you had a knack for Baccarat? And maybe you had an edge as well.
It was about 3 years ago. So what happened was about 5-6 years ago, I was just like the biggest blackjack player I could be. Like I just played blackjack every day and I bet the most I could and I was like aggressive and it just never was enough. And I lived like in South Florida and those casinos there have really terrible betting limits. It's like table max 5K.
You're right, yeah.
And and then to negotiate higher limits, like I have the breakdown sheet. The amount of money you have to deposit for like $5 million deposit, you can bet like 100,000 a hand, which is terrible because in LA for a $0 deposit, you can bet 100,000 a hand. You know, so it's like you can just any stranger can walk in right now and bet 100K.
Yeah.
There's 2 casinos in LA you can do that. So it was a bad scenario for me. So I had a group of degenerate gamblers in Florida, and one of them played blackjack and Bach, and I just played blackjack, and I just kept complaining. I'm like, bro, they won't let me bet enough. They won't let me bet enough. And he's like, just try Baccarat. You can bet twice as much. And I said, why don't you ever say less? You know? I said, you told me that. Yeah, I said, you have me at hello.
Yeah.
So the way the pit is, it's like 6 blackjack tables, and it's in the shape of the L, the high limit room, and the other had a couple of Bach tables, right? So I got it from blackjack. He said that to me. Went over to the Bach table. I gave him a purple chip, $500. I said, make a bet. He bet it, and we won. I said, all right, hold on a second. Tell me why we won. He explained. I said, makes sense. I said, okay, take the 500 profit, bet it again. He bet it again. We lost. I said, no problem. Why did we lose? He explained it. I said, okay, I think I understand. Then I sat down and started playing. And my first ever Bach bet was $500, and it was just so I can learn why I was winning or losing.
What's your biggest hand you drop on Baccarat?
I play $250,000 a hand, and I mostly flat bet.
Jesus Christ,
Bro,
That's
oh my
crazy.
God.
I'm allowed to bet 300. Well, I used to be allowed to bet 300,000, but I know the math on it. So the exposure you have, the exposure I have to bet 300K a hand versus the exposure I have to bet 250K a hand. For me, mathematically, it always makes sense to bet 250.
Okay.
Wow.
Based on like your
You've done
system.
your calculations, that's
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I can imagine.
You even mentioned in a couple other podcasts about feelings and emotions and not letting that affect your decisions when you're gambling. So how have you been able to kind of stay so like a straight arrow and not let anything kind of cloud your vision?
Well, I think I've experienced like really intense things in my life outside of gambling, and so I became desensitized to a lot.
Okay.
I also noticed pretty young, being in really high stress situations, the calmer I can keep my brain, the clearer I can make a decision to save myself in whatever scenario. So I think my predisposition is always very like calm and clear, like clear minded when I'm viewing something. And I don't want to let like an activity get the better of my emotions and then clout my judgment. You know, like I think like for example, like there's girls, right? They'll be at a crazy party with like some crazy rappers and they're like, oh my God, this is insane. This is gonna be like, hey, show me your tits. And they show their tits and it was on camera and then it gets blasted over the internet and then their lives are ruined, you know?
That happens so fast.
If the girl just kept her composure and she goes, wow, it's really cool that I'm around these celebrities. It's really cool I'm in this environment. Hey, lady, show me your tits. No, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah.
There's no camera.
life goes on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
life
yeah.
goes fine. She just had to like keep her composure.
Do you notice a lot of people like kind of, I don't know, I guess use their emotions when they're gambling when they shouldn't? I mean, even me, like when like people like to believe they have that kind of gut feeling sometimes, you know? Like playing blackjack and you're like, oh,
Dude,
you know
that's
what?
me, bro. I'm like, I feel it. It's like you don't feel shit, bro. The cards are the cards.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't feel I don't know what you feel, stupid maybe, but that's what I
When? Sorry,
no,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
When did you start to get the attention of these casinos? When did they first realize like, yo, this guy might be a problem for us?
3 years ago, they made it apparent to me that I was onto something.
Okay.
I didn't think about it. Like for me, about 3 years ago is when I noticed I had like an edge, and 3 years ago is when they noticed I had an edge.
It was fast, eh?
Yeah, we noticed at the same time because in the beginning I was like, you know, winning like whatever, like 50,000, 30,000, 25,000. Who cares? Like people win and lose that all day, every day.
Yeah.
Then I started winning like 6 figures, and they're like, well, you know, not that many people win 6 figures, but you know, it's not uncommon, and you know, it happens, and he's hot right now, and let him be hot till he loses it all back and then some. But I never lost it back, and then I started playing for millions, and I had the same win rate I had when it was, 25, 30, and 50,000, and then 100, 200, 300,000. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11 million. And the win rate stayed the same, and they go, we have a problem here.
Yeah.
So what's the first, like, I don't know if you can name them, the first casino to be like, hey, like, you're done here?
The first one ever was...
And how did it happen, if you don't mind me asking?
The first one was actually non-gambling related, and it was like so long ago. But the first one that's like relevant to like really what you want to know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was MGM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ian, was it MGM the first one that banned me? Yeah. So they banned me, and the way they banned me is I caught them cheating. I was with a couple of professional poker players, and we went to go play Baccarat together. And they changed they changed everything. They changed the table, they changed the felt, they changed the card manufacturer, they changed the plastic shoe that holds the cards, they changed the monitors. I mean, like everything. Like
Just for you? You're
No.
saying?
They
Oh,
changed in the casino.
Okay.
But they didn't tell me. Not that they're like supposed to put a disclaimer out, but I was accustomed to like a certain way that one of the MGM casinos handles Baccarat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I go in with these guys and we start playing, and the first hand, like we bet whatever we bet, and like I think we won, like no big deal. The second hand, I bet player, and bank came out natural 9, so we lost. No big deal, like we lost one hand, no sweat. So the way the new monitors are, some casinos have this, some don't. It'll display the cards on the screen.
Yes.
Right? So that's what they changed to, one that also offered that. It also offered a lot of other data that I never seen before. Ian's never seen before. I asked the dealers. I said, "What does this other data mean?" None of the dealers knew. I asked the pit bosses. Nobody knew.
Wow.
And it was so suspicious that it was on this monitor. I'm like, why would it have data that no one even knows what it means? Okay, no problem. So the second hand comes, and we lose to a natural 9. No big deal. So I look on the monitor, just like at the data, and it says 7 deuce. And I said, wait a second. And I look, and it's a 5-4 on the felt.
Oh,
I said, everybody
shit.
stop. I said, nobody touch the cards. Mind you, I'm friends with all the dealers. I'm friends with a lot of the pit bosses. No one's going to bust my balls. I said, everybody, please stop. Don't touch the cards. Didn't touch them. I said, please explain why there's a 5 and a 4 on the board, but there's a 7 and a deuce on the monitor for a natural 9. Nobody had an answer. I said, I need nobody to do anything. Everybody stop. I need you to bring an executive down. They brought an executive down, and they said, what's going on? And I said, I caught you cheating. He said, how'd you catch us cheating? I said, well, I know that I lost to a natural 9, 5-4. Your monitor knows I lost to a natural 9, but doesn't know how, so it made up whatever information it wanted. Wow. It just said a 7 deuce.
Yeah.
So if it's going to make up what cards are being displayed on the monitor, it's also capable, and probably is, making up all of the data that's being compiled onto the monitor.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if every decision I make to bet is based on the data that they're giving me off the monitor, but I could prove on the second hand that they're making up any information they want, they're going to continue making it up and misleading me on every decision. I said, I caught you cheating. They said, oh yeah? I said, yeah. They said, you have 30 minutes to pack your bags and get out. I said, okay. So it was me and a couple poker players and Ian. We packed our bags and we left. I made a post about it, like later that day, I think, or the next day, I forget. Yeah. I made a post and I tagged the casino. I said, I caught you cheating, da-da-da-da. I watched that casino social media, watch that story I tagged them.
Yes,
so,
good. Fuckers.
So then I screenshotted them and I circled how you could see the user and I reposted that. And then I got a call a couple minutes later from an executive and said, you're banned for 6 months. I said, why? They said, well, you threw a glass and you scared the dealers and you did this. And,
of course.
And in my head, I'm like, are you sure? Because I was on a date with the dealer last night. Like, I don't think she's scared, you know? So yes, this whole thing. And the 6 months has now been like 2.5 years.
They just keep
Or
extending
how long has it been? 2 years? 2 years.
How does that work though? Like they see you coming from a mile away and they'll just be like, nah, like what's the...
There's so much to it. I mean, there's a lot of times I'll be on a different one of their properties where as I'm walking in, the security will approach me and say, you know, you can't be here.
Right
They
away.
already know, eh?
Yeah, a lot of them don't even know. Sometimes I post videos of it all the time. I'll be like, if I like get myself in and I sit down at the bar, security comes circle me, ask me to leave. Executives come, ask me to leave. It's like a whole thing.
They won't even let you like just drink there and just chill.
Nah, not even spend money there.
Damn.
They think you're helping other people maybe or some shit?
Yeah, I mean, I was.
That's my guy. What does the conversations look like with the casinos? Are you talking to like actual people from the casino?
Like,
are you
like
talking
people
to
that can make decisions?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I talk to a lot of owners. So a lot of them are public companies. So there's no like sole owner.
Okay.
So I'm friends with a lot of casino owners, but then also when it comes to like MGM and you know, Venetian and things like this, I'm talking to all like the presidents, the vice presidents, and
Yeah, people at the top. Well, they know your name now for sure.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
and
for sure.
and in regards to that, I want to know, when did you decide to go online? Because I guess for a while you were just doing this like just to fucking do it. Like it's just your life, right?
So I used to live in like all like the secret villas in the casinos on the strip. And then when COVID happened and they shut the casinos down, they were like, yo, you gotta go back to your house in LA. Like you can't help you. We're shutting down.
Yeah.
And I was so bored. I didn't know what to do with myself. I wasn't working anymore. And I couldn't party. And I was brand new to LA. Not like brand new, but too new where I didn't like have a whole life yet, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like so bored, and I was still friends with a lot of the casino owners and executives. And they encouraged me. They're like, don't you think that it'd be really cool to make an Instagram? Like the life, most people don't have any idea that what you're doing even exists. And the ones that do are like old billionaires that don't want social media or whatever. So I was just so bored. They encouraged me and I tried it and just like immediately started going viral and like popping off.
How was that for you? Like, how did you feel when that was happening?
It was so surreal. It was so, because I've been anti like publicity my whole life. Like never like used my real name, never, you know, had social media, never gave my phone number out, never nothing. I was always very discreet. And it was just so surreal that like immediately every like person like I can idolize as a child like is in my DM like, yo, bro, let's chill.
That's sick.
I was gonna say, who's the craziest person that hit you up that you were just like, bro, did this guy really fucking message me? Like
The craziest one?
Yeah.
Honestly, probably Kevin Gates.
That's
Damn.
sick.
Yeah. I look at Kevin Gates not so much as a rapper, but like as a real man of wisdom and faith. And I do love his music. I really do. But more important to me, like, I can watch him talk all the time. I just think what he has to say is just so wise and just helpful.
And he's hella articulate too in the way he talks. Yeah.
You want to know what he said to me? It was like the most surreal. It was the craziest thing. I mean, I have a lot of whatever. This one was so cool, man. So out of nowhere, I get a DM. It says from Kevin Gates, and I open it, and it goes, "You're amazing," and it has 2 clapping hand emojis and an eagle emoji, and that was it. That's
Just
it.
like that.
That's it.
You're probably like, bro, this is unreal.
This
is
like,
crazy.
I can't believe this.
Was it like I guess getting all that attention now, getting that clout, as we'd like to say, how has that affected your life?
It's been really fun, man. You know, like I have like some friends that are like, "Oh, you're so famous. Like, what's it like? Is it cool?"
Yeah.
I can't pretend, man. It's really cool. I've got to like do some really cool things that I wouldn't have been able to do without it, without certain people recognizing me. Like, so like Lil Uzi Vert, right?
Yeah.
So we've been talking all week. He wants me to come out next week and stay with him out in Philly. Bro, like imagine like pre-social media, like Lil Uzi Vert's gonna randomly get my phone number from somebody. Like imagine I had no social media. It's like, yo, you want to come stay with me in my house for a week? Let's just like hang out. Let's get tattooed, you know? Like,
that's
so this is an
sick.
experience I can live only because he recognized me because of social media.
But I like that you're being honest though, because we've had people on this show that will be like, "Nah, it's not that good. It's not that." I'm like, "You're fucking
good.
lying, bro."
It's good.
But I mean,
It's
also
cool.
it's the way you use it, right? And obviously, like you're using it for you're using it right. I'll say that you're using it
You're trying to
right.
expose some people. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, bro, I swear to God, I'm for the people, man.
Yeah.
And all like my loving fans, like, no, like I'm for the people. It's weird though. I have like this little, like very, very tiny subculture of people that like really hate me.
Everyone, once you make it to a certain level, everyone has that.
Is that true?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like I look at certain people like Post Malone and like certain
They
actors.
all
and
have them, bro. They
Do
all
they?
have them.
Yeah, trust
Who
me.
can hate
Especially
Post
when you're really
Malone?
out there. Especially like the more attention you get, it's the same thing. You can't make everyone happy. So the more
know.
attention you even get, there's gonna be more haters, but there's gonna be more lovers. So you're all good.
Yeah, it's
Literally
so-
lovers, you know?
Yeah. It's so funny you say you can't make everyone happy because so I wore this hat for a reason. Somebody had showed me a comment. So I don't say curse words, right? And some dude apparently, I don't know where this was. He said something in some comment. He goes, "Mikki doesn't curse, but he wears." I have a Philip Plein shirt, like a middle finger skull on it.
Yeah. Okay.
And he goes, "Mikki doesn't curse, but he wears a shirt with the middle finger. Makes sense." And I'm like, first of all, suck my fat dick, right? And second of all, I can curse if I want to.
Yeah, it's true.
Do whatever I want.
Yeah.
No, we see.
But
it.
that's
We
a
see it
lot.
all the
That's a
time.
lot of like people will judge you, and those are the same people doing fuck all with their life, bro.
Yeah,
so don't worry about that.
Yeah,
but
they're sitting on their couch making
yeah, they're in their
judgments on
basement.
me.
They're in their
I'm like,
basement. Yeah,
like,
bro.
what's wrong with these
I mean,
dudes?
there's always a jealousy aspect too, right? Especially with the life you live.
making money, bro. You're with girls. You're with rappers. You're at parties.
Yeah.
And I think that you are for the people because you don't really get anything positive from calling out casinos at all.
No, only negative.
Only negative.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like you're really trying to just showcase that, hey, there's a problem here. Guys, watch out for this. Watch out for that.
Yeah.
Have a lot of people reached out to you and said like thank you or anything like that? Or you helped me with this?
Yeah, so much. The thing is
Yeah.
that I really discourage heavily everybody from gambling.
Yeah.
Almost everyone's a loser, which is why the Vegas casinos are nicer than our houses. It makes perfect sense, you know?
Facts, yeah.
So I always want to discourage it. Like, and I am heavy in my comments. If I ever get a chance, I always say like, don't learn to gamble, don't keep gambling. You should just call it quits, quit while you're ahead, whatever. I don't want to see people hurt. I don't make money on social media. I don't sell a package. I don't sell a course. I don't do. I go on TikTok live as frequent as I can, and for free, I just give tips. I just give gambling advice. I gamble with myself, sitting at my table, and I'm like, hey, like if you ever have your cards like this is what you should do.
Sick.
I just want to help people. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to see nobody hurt.
And I think that's why you've been able to become successful, because you have that mindset. I think when you have that and you have that good intention, things come to you. Do you feel like that? You feel like you've manifested some things that came to you or attracted some things throughout the way?
I don't know how I feel about like the exact concept or terminology of like manifestation, but I can tell you that if I set my mind to it, it really, really happens.
Yeah.
And like I know that I'm on a path of like altruism and helping others and having fun, just living my best life. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I've never done anything like to negatively impact somebody. I only want to help people and be for the people.
I'm curious when it comes to the casino stuff, because you're very vocal in saying, fuck the casinos, we'll burn them down, right? You said a few times that you have some stuff that would literally bring them to their knees.
Yeah.
Obviously, you haven't put it out, but I think one could ask the question, like, wouldn't that be counterproductive to the way you make money, like to the way you earn a living, essentially?
Well, I'm banned from everywhere except for 2 casinos now. So
Okay,
like,
Why are you not banned there yet?
Hey, relax,
Well, I'm just saying,
relax.
you're gonna go win 10 mil. They're gonna say fuck off.
I think if you, I don't know the real answer, but I can give you what I think's my best guess. Honestly,
Okay.
I know that I spent a lot of time in one out of the 2 of them particularly. And I think so many people that see me there probably say to themselves, oh, this must be a hot spot. And then they come back, they're like, oh, maybe we'll see him again and get him to give us advice or something like this. So I think that they're using me as like a marketing tool. That's what I think. I don't know for sure. I don't gamble big there. We've had a lot of conversations like, hey, don't ruffle our feathers and I won't ruffle yours. You don't give us a hard time, we'll let you in our doors.
Yeah.
You know, every time like the rappers are in town or whoever it is and they want me to gamble with them, I'm like, hey, there's only like really one place we can go. So then, like, everybody sees these, like, super famous people with me in this
Casinos
particular...
loving it for sure.
Yeah. And we don't do anything big enough to cause them any real damage, so...
It's funny you say that with the whole, like, marketing tool. I've noticed the World Poker Tour has been, like, hitting... I don't know, you've been on it like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, has that been more so recently with your kind of rise in fame, social media? Like, have they been hitting you up? How does that come to be? Because I see you all over their fucking YouTube channel now, bro. You're like their poster boy, I feel like.
I don't know if I'd say poster boy. Like, I've never, like, talked to them. Honestly, when I started social media, I didn't even know how this stuff worked. I didn't know how to post an Instagram story. I didn't know anything. It's only a couple years ago. I didn't know any of it. So I didn't, like, have a plan. I wasn't, like, let me contact the WPT and put them on. One of my buddies that I play these, like, private games in LA with, he goes, hey, I own this show. It's called such and such, but we're going to be changing companies like after COVID. Would you like to be on it? We'd love to have you. And just my boy. And I was like, yeah, sure, bro. Like, if it helps you, why not? And I went on it once and it was like a huge hit. It was like the biggest game that ever been on the show. I was like the biggest winner in the history of the show to date, you know, and this was like my first episode on there. And he's like, bro, you got to come back. And I'm like, sure, man. Like I won, you know, a good amount of money. Like, no problem. I didn't know that the real reason he was saying it is some of the plays I made were super viral and WPT picked him up. And then it just kept steamrolling.
Well, dude, like I'm telling you, when I was on their YouTube channel, like there's a lot of fucking videos of you and it's just like massive pots, 1.6 million. That was a more recent one, right?
Yeah, that was like last week, 2 weeks ago.
Is Vegas your favorite place to gamble, would you say? I mean,
it's just different. It also depends what kind of gambling I'm doing.
Okay.
But it's just different. It offers different amenities. Like I lived in those hotels for a long time. I love having 24-hour butlers. I love being able to go to the spa all day, every day.
That sounds like fucking heaven, bro.
Yeah, you know.
That sounds good, bro.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the casinos and what they've tried to do to distract you. Mm-hmm. Or maybe when they know you're coming in, they want to kind of throw you off. What have they done in the past to you that's kind of been like, yo, come on, man?
Bro, they've done everything from like turn off hot water, lock me in elevators. They shut off like some I don't know like the exact term. Like somebody like tried calling me out one time. I said that they jam my Wi-Fi. Someone's like, they can't jam it. Da, da, da. I'm like, bro, listen, I ain't no technician.
My Wi-Fi just didn't work.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly. So all I know is that if you're ever and I put this to the test time and time again. So one time I booked 2 rooms and they're right next to each other. And one was in my name and one was in my dad's name. And I says, Dad, you're going to take mine. I'm going to take yours. Mind you, they're next to each other. We share a wall.
Yeah.
For the life of him, he couldn't get his phone to work. He could not get a signal out, no Wi-Fi, no nothing. But me in the room under his name, everything worked perfect.
Yeah.
Never, when I come into a room, in a hotel room, does my Wi-Fi work. I have no phone signal. I have no nothing. They've tried all types of stuff. They'll like walk by and drop random things on my table. Like Ian loves talking about this one time. We're playing very, very large. We're up many millions. And some staff member, I forget who he was, walks by and just drops a box of tissues in the middle of our table. Mind you, I have a private table, so it's only me and Ian sitting there. He drops a box of tissues and keeps walking. We never see him again. We're like, what the heck is going on? And I think all they're trying to do is just confuse me.
Fuck with your head. Yeah.
You know, they blocked me. The security is, you know, I told this story a few times. They like blocked me and they pushed me up against I had $7 million on the table, and the security came and pushed my chair against the table, so I couldn't stand up and I couldn't reach my $7 million. And it was like this huge scene. I ended up jumping up, standing on the chair, screaming on top of it was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get people's attention before these, 3 security guards get paid $12 an hour, try to rob me for $7 million.
Yeah.
They'd be in a great position to do it.
I'm curious. Like, I think people would might hear this and say, and just playing devil's advocate, they might say like, I find that hard to believe. Like a casino would really block your Wi-Fi, not give you like hot water. Like I think a lot of people might, and whether it's this one or another podcast, they might be like, bro, really? But I guess I don't know what like how can we try and bridge that gap of people being like, hey, I don't know, bro. Like maybe not. Like, you know what I mean?
I think you've been trying to with your social media too.
Yeah.
Like with your stories and stuff.
I mean, I've definitely been exposing the casinos like for what they really are. Like I take a lot of videos of this stuff. I post all of it. I post videos of them cheating all the time. Crazy. Even when I'm with celebrities, I have like a pretty infamous video with Tusi, the hip hop artist. Me and him were playing. I'm not going to say the name of the casino. And long story short, I was like, do you want to see a trick? He said, yeah. I said, I bet you the next card that comes out's a 3 of clubs. And it was a 3 of clubs. And the whole time the camera was rolling. As a matter of fact, Ian was standing there. He was the one holding the camera. And Tusi like couldn't believe it. And he turned around. He said it right to the camera. And the camera never cut. So there's no editing there. Yeah. That's a one clear clip. I say it to him. He goes, let's see. Opens. It's a 3 of clubs. And he like couldn't believe it. Turns to the camera and goes, yeah, it's correct.
How the fuck did you know that?
Because I know they're cheating.
You motherfuckers.
That's amazing, dude.
That's crazy. That's crazy. No, that's...
I post videos all the time. I take screenshots of conversations. I do like everything, bro. I'm like full transparency. Like I could not be any more transparent.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people. Yeah, there's been a lot of a lot of people just being like, I don't rate it. I don't believe it, and stuff like that. And everything from your winnings to like you're saying the way the casinos may treat you. But before we get into that,
I interrupt this podcast for a solution. Okay, I know a lot of you out there are probably been working out for a long time, and you're not seeing results. You're pumping the iron and your arms look the same, your chest looks the same, your girl's not happy about it. I got the solution though. We got the full send Creo right here. Take this shit after your workout and chug a lot of water. You're gonna need a lot of water with this, but supplements.co, MBH15, use our code, 15% off. And guys, get some muscle going. Let's go. Back to the episode.
I'm curious. Ian, your gambling coach, what does that look like? What's the relationship like? What exactly does he do for you, if you don't mind me asking? Can we get into that?
Are we all finished? Okay, you mind? Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
If anybody needs your nails done,
Yeah, I was gonna say that looked amazing. By the way,
she's the bomb. She's the bomb.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Jen, you are the first nail tech to give
Be
a
on the
little
podcast.
yes, to be on a podcast, a little Manny Petty on the pod. Not petty, sorry. Yeah. Anyways,
I was gonna do the petty, but I just thought it'd be a little, it'd be rambunctious.
The tones out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious because I hear gambling coach. You know what I mean? I know a soccer coach. I know a hockey coach. I'm not sure what a gambling coach does.
So there's a few different like versions of a gambling coach. Like a lot of things that common is a poker coach. Like every great poker player, even the best in the world, have coaches.
Yeah.
And so what I do with Ian was, it started out that we've been best friends a really long time. And we're both just like sick degenerates, and we have the same sense of humor, the same lifestyle, and we like the same things. So we used to just go once a week from LA and just go over to Vegas, just gamble. Like way in the beginning of like this journey. Yeah. And we started winning together. You know, it's when we got into it, I had more money than he did, like that, like, you know, so when we gambled, my buy-in was just higher than his, just how it was, you know.
Yeah.
But we like gambled together, you know, like it was like us, like we were kind of like a team. And when I realized that I was onto something, he and I would break it down super heavily, like what it was that I thought I was onto. So together we studied it. Together I realized what the algorithm was. In the beginning, it was like a very large, complex concept of how to get from from X to Y, right? And as he and I kept really working on it, playing and this and that, I realized that I can get to X to Y. I could expedite the whole process by just, a couple of small steps. And I actually realized it was incredibly more simple than I had initially realized.
Okay.
And together we learned that, which is why he's the only person in the world that knows my Baccarat strategy. It's because we came up with it together. But the way he gambles, I'm not a big fan of.
Tell us more. Why though? How do you gamble?
He first of all, he's a legitimate degenerate, and he doesn't have the ability to stop.
Okay.
Which is one of the things I use him for. So we'll together when we go into the casino together, we'll drive in with a plan, and he'll be like, "Hey, what's the mark? What are we looking for? What's our stop loss? What's our stop win?" And he holds me accountable. Before I was banned, every casino knows that he can spend my money in the my. They're not lines of credits because I deposit money, but they work the same way.
Yeah.
He can pull from my lines of credit. He can pay down the markers. He can pay my commissions. He can handle my chips, color me up. He could bet on my behalf. Like if I'm not at the table, he's allowed to take my money and bet. He can do all of that.
Shit, okay.
Yeah. So the real reason we did that was when I don't want to get up from the table, same way like he doesn't and most of us don't, he will literally take my chips, put it in his pocket, walk off, and say, "Now what are you gonna do?"
Oh, because he's allowed to do it. Yeah.
So
That's
crazy. I use him like an accountability buddy, basically.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah. I don't know if people can, but I
you
did.
could.
Yeah.
Which is one of the special treatments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? How does it go when you're like headed to a casino and you want to put in some requests and be like, "Yo, I want this. I want this. I want this."
Well, I used to just text the president of the casino.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
All right, straight to the point.
That'll get the fucking job
straight
done.
to it.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Is there anything like that someone may think is out of this world that a casino has done for you or would do for you compared to like a regular player, let's say?
They used to let me do anything I wanted. I mean, I had no limitations. I mean, Ian likes the dancing monkey.
What?
So I used to throw like really, really crazy parties in Vegas, 1,000 people and like.
Damn.
And this is how I started meeting celebrities because I didn't even have social media for some of these. And people would introduce me to like these celebs. And the truth is, no disrespect, but I didn't know who they were just because I wasn't in the culture.
social media.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so they come up to me like, "Hey, yo, this is so-and-so, you got to meet them." And I'm thinking it's just like their friend. I'm like, "Hey, man, welcome to the party. Like, do you want whores, drugs, or liquor? Like, let me know anything you want."
I got you.
Yeah. And so we used to do that a lot. And so the casinos used to offer me like really elaborate things for my parties. They felt like, "Oh, he likes throwing parties. Let's help him throw the craziest party. It'll keep him here longer and he'll make sure he's in our hotel and then he's going to gamble and lose."
Yeah.
So one of the things they offered me was a dancing monkey that also serves champagne.
Holy fuck.
How do you even...
Whose monkey is that? Elon Musk's monkey or some shit?
They have like a third party that will come on their behalf off the record. They're the ones that like offer the drugs and offer the whores and be like, "Hey, you guys want me to send prostitutes?" So if there's
they work on the casino's behalf, those people.
Yeah, but like behind the scenes. So it'll basically be like a random guy or woman will come up to you and be like, "Hey, my name's so-and-so. Anything you need ever, let me know. By the way, here's like an 8-ball of Coke. Like it's attached, it's attached to my business card. Call me."
Not bad.
And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Then I'll call, I'll be like, "Hey, yo, like what else you got?" They'll be like, "What room you in?" I'll be like, da-da-da-da. They're like, "Give me 20 minutes." And all of a sudden like, 4 prostitutes walk in or something like that.
What?
Yeah, and they're just trying to prove themselves and show that they're able to get me anything, and they can, and they do, and it keeps me in the hotel.
Yeah, you stay longer.
You were
sure.
partying hard for a bit, eh?
Super hard.
Is there any like party that stood out to you?
I threw this one party that lasted 7 days. It cost me $100,000 per 24 hours to host this party.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was so fun, man.
7 days.
Yeah, for 7 days. It was so sick. It was so awesome.
And you say you're sober now.
Yeah, I mean, I've been actually for 7 years. So this happened while I was sober, yeah.
Oh, shit. 7 years.
Yeah.
Wait. You threw the party while you were sober?
Yeah, almost all of this has been while I was sober.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
How do you... Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
Dude?
Well, so I have to do other things to stimulate myself. Like people can like do drugs or drink or whatever it is, and like that's like all they need.
Yeah.
For me, I need like some really extravagant things to keep my attention and keep me engaged. So like we bring like Nitro Circus. Like I'm friends with all the athletes. They'll come. We'll bring some ramps. So we'll like ride BMX in the middle of the hotel room and do backflips. We have like. I'm friends with everybody in like the adult film industry. So like, 100 porn stars or whatever will come and no party. So there's like a lot of sex to keep me engaged and interacting.
Okay.
And, we do all like these extra things that are like,
extracurriculars.
Yeah.
We like to call them. Do you think your come up had something to do with you being insensitive to like partying and stuff and needing more than just a fucking drink?
Probably, I think, because it like really this was an accident. Not like I did do this, but pre-social media, I did it during that. Whatever. I'll do it after. I just like to have fun sometimes and let loose. And I think that like so many like influential figures come to my events even before I even knew who they were, because they heard from somebody like, yo, this is the craziest thing I ever seen. Like they pull up and then they're like, wow, who's this? And they take a picture with me, they post it. I don't even have social media. And then I start social media and people's like, wait a second, I seen you on da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the guy.
Yeah, that's the guy. And then
how has social media changed your life, you think?
Mostly for the better.
Yeah.
Because it allowed me to experience things that I wouldn't have before social media.
Yeah.
You know, it allowed me to like meet people, interesting people that give me information and education and help mold my future and my path that I wouldn't have access to pre-social media. Otherwise, they would just think I just sell like weed like $20 at a time. They're like, I ain't talking to this kid.
I was gonna say you're actually very articulate. You speak very well for someone who had an upbringing like yours. Do you hear that a lot? Is that something you? And would you
like
would
people
you,
expect you to be a certain way?
Would you attest that to anything? Like, is there anything you'd be like, well, maybe it's because of this, maybe it's because of that?
Mostly what people say is that they're really surprised how articulate and well-spoken I am, but they're usually basing it on how I look, you know, like they'll see me, they're like, oh, he's cool, like they want to talk to him, and they think that I'm gonna sound a certain way or talk a certain way, and they're like, oh my god, you know. Also, when I used to be in business before gambling, before social media and all that, I used to do most of my business on the phone, which was strategic for me, and I also hired people that looked really well cut, you know, clean cut, well to do, and their only real job was to be my messenger. So they would go as a representative for the company looking good. But every so often I would have to meet the people I'm doing business with. And when they meet me, they're like blown away. They're like, what?
No idea. Yeah, they weren't expecting it.
Yeah.
And that actually brings me to my next question. Like, I know you're working on getting the tats removed, the face tats. Talk a little bit about that. I'm curious. When did you start getting them, and then why the removal? What's the thought process? I
started getting them pretty young. I got two tattoos at the same time for my first tattoo.
Okay.
And like one of them was pretty big. It was actually my whole chest, like shoulder to shoulder. And I don't know. I just got it together. I thought it looked cool. I was so young back then. You know, I was like, I don't know how old I was. 16. I don't know, whatever I was. I was like a month out of juvenile prison. Okay. And I just did it, you know, and I just thought it looked cool, like that's simple as that. And then I saw other people start getting tattooed, and I'm like, don't jump on my dick, bro. Like, I've been here, you know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, you're gonna get one on your chest. All right, I'm gonna get a sleeve. Then they get a sleeve. I'm like, hey, yo, slow down. I already been here, you know. I'm gonna get two sleeves. Then they get their other sleeve. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get my hands. And it became like this thing, like, you know. And then I started living like a really serious lifestyle, really intense, dark lifestyle. And I felt that I thought that a lot of the incidents that were happening in my life came from people judging me the wrong way. Like what now how I would want them to judge me, but I was in a different lane back then. Yeah. I was like, oh, they think I'm soft. They think I'm a nice guy. They think this. And so they test me. When they test me, I have to step up to the plate. When I step up to the plate, at the end of this, we're both going to jail. Yeah. You know? And so I was like, oh, well, let me put some of my gang affiliation on my face. So now when they see me, they're going to say to themselves, oh, he ain't the one. I'm going to keep it moving.
So we can skip jail now and just keep it moving everywhere.
Yeah. So and you know, to some degree it worked. Yeah. And then there was like a lot of like young jits coming up like in the gang life that like would see a guy that looked like me and recognize and understand some of the tattoos I have or had and say, well, if I knock him off, then I jump up 4 levels, you know, and then I'm dealing with these really wild young kids and
have
like
nothing to lose and shit.
Yeah, you know, and just their only thing in life is like, I want to be like in this gang and accepted, you know, feel accepted. And then it became like even more damaging for me. And then I changed my life. And then once I changed my life, I'm still stuck with the scars of my old path, you know, and so now I do get judged the way I want it to be judged, but now it's like totally counterproductive to what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
When you said you changed your life, like what were things that you actually did during that time that you're like, that made you who you are today? Like these dark times that you're mentioning, like you seem to get out of them all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I sold a lot of drugs. I was very violent. I hurt a lot of people. A big thing I used to do is home invasions. And when I was done with the home invasion, I would steal your car. So I had a clean getaway vehicle. Get out, yeah. That was like a very regular thing for a period of my life. But I hurt a lot of people, and you know, I was a violent offender for a long time.
Damn, you've been calculated.
What did you do for your own self-improvement at that point? Like, what were you doing? Were you making new friends? Were you working out? Were you doing something?
When I was fixing my life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I started with nothing. At the end of all of this, it didn't really pay off because I was homeless.
Yeah.
And so from homelessness, an old friend of mine from New York who had moved to Florida took me in, and he like let me stay there. I had no money, I had no nothing. I only ate like either people's leftovers or if they bought me stuff. Once in a while, I remember this guy, once in a while he'd give me a month's supply of ramen, so I just ate ramen all day, every day, which was fine. I was just happy to like be sheltered and like, you know, feel safe. I was really safe in that house, and I was safe around his friends. And they put me on, you know, and then slowly my life built up.
So I just want to go back quickly to the face tats. Are you removing all of them?
Yeah.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, bro, you don't even know what my face used to look like. My face used to be super tattooed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It fucking hurts though, right? To get a tat removed. I heard it's like the worst pain in the world.
It doesn't hurt as bad as living with face tattoos.
Damn. Okay.
Damn. Just dropped it.
Yeah.
I want to ask a
I'll
question about
believe
the
it.
casinos. You have 2 left that you're allowed at.
Yeah.
What happens if they ban you?
I don't know.
What's the plan?
I got no plan.
Do you have
Do I
any-
look like a guy with a plan?
No, but you do. And you're talking like a guy with a plan. Like, what do you have any dreams or any big goals now that you kind of established yourself as this person, this gambler, especially online too? Do you have anything you want to do in life?
I have some businesses that I'm working on.
Sick.
I have some really sound investments.
I was gonna ask, like from an investment standpoint.
Yeah,
You set up there. What's that look like?
Yeah. I own a lot of real estate.
Good.
And I have like a team of people that do some aggressive and safe. I have like a great portfolio of
A
investments.
mix of everything.
Yeah, I have a great portfolio of that. But something like that I more like strive to do or would like to do is fun things. Like I only do what's fun now. You know, people offer me so much money to do so many things, and I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, I don't even.
It's not fun.
I was like, bro, I don't even like that. I don't even like you. I'm like, I don't.
Double whammy.
Yeah, you know, I was like, this ain't happening.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and but there are like some really cool ideas I've had or came across or people have brought to me, and I'm like, wow, like that sounds fun. That's cool, man. That would help people. Something I'm working on. I don't exactly know how far exactly I am from it being official. I made one post about it. Is I want to help up and coming entertainers, you know, whether it be comedians, artists, musicians, athletes, whatever. There's so many people that are so talented and can be so good, but will never have the chance to make it because they don't have the resource, the network, or the financial backing to even have the opportunity to reach their full potential.
Yeah.
So I want to find like all these entertainers, you know, and again, it could be any type of entertainer. I've been given like this really beautiful platform with the people that follow me and the people that engage with me and my exposure, where it's like, how can I use this to help people? And so what I want to kind of do is find these people, you know, right. If I can find them, as long as it's before their quitting point. A lot of people have to quit for all various reasons, you know? So if I can find them right before there and say, hey man, let me just give you a little bit more money. Let me just float you a little bit. And I'm going to take you and I'm going to put you to showcase your talent in front of the people that can make your career. I can't do it. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a comedian. I'm not an actor. I'm not an athlete, but I know all those guys. Let me take you. I believe in you. Let me take you and let me just have you have lunch with them. Let me put your video in their text message. Let me just get it to them.
Yeah.
And you know, if it makes their career, then that's beautiful.
Using your resources to help.
Yeah.
That's
I
amazing.
mean, that's an industry that always can use help, man.
Yeah.
Have you started helping like entertainers and stuff? But I think on the gambling end, right?
Well, so I have helped a lot of entertainers on the gambling end, but that is like a
Separate.
It's a
That's
whole
a separate thing.
I have done this a little bit to test the waters. I've helped like some up and coming like rappers and stuff like this, like get their music out. I bought a couple songs from some guys. I bought a little piece of someone's career. I'm just giving them some money, getting their music sent to certain people. And so I have started down that path a little bit, but it's been very light. It's been like small money, like nothing life changing. I'm learning through the process, you know, so I'm learning on my own dime.
Yeah.
And so I did it a couple of times at a couple of guys, and I said, hey, like, we're going to learn together. If you're cool with it, I don't really know what I'm doing. They're like, yeah, man, I'm just down to grow with you from the bottom. I'm like, I bet, let's run it. So I have like done it a little bit.
Do you think you'll ever stop gambling?
One day?
I think it's a trick question because, like, what do you consider gambling?
It's facts. Life's a gamble, no?
Damn. You know what? That's actually a fucking fact. Yeah, you got me there, bro. Okay. At the casinos, Baccarat, stuff like that.
I mean, why would you?
I mean, the way he's winning, it doesn't really make sense to stop. But just curious. I'm just curious.
Probably not. But I think what's going to happen, I'm making this up, obviously.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be like that old guy at the casino that buys in pretty small and just sits
Just
and
enjoying it.
grinds.
Yeah.
Just enjoys it, man. Like every bet I can reminisce, and be like, I remember one time, I had these same cards, but it was for 250,000, and what a cool day that was,
And maybe the guy next to you knows you and believes you. Maybe the guy next to you doesn't. He goes, yeah, for sure.
I mean, you went on some runs too, right? You did
Oh,
you did a what was it? $200 to some
I did $200 to 800,000. I did.
Bro, hold on. Wait a minute. Pause.
$200.
That's not even my coolest one.
Okay, hold on. Never mind. We'll keep going.
Keep going.
I did. So I had 80,000 in my pocket, but I believe I only played 50,000 of it. So call it 80,000. Let's make it easy, right? So I went from 80,000 to 6.2 million. I went from Ian. What's the one that you like? That's what. No, there's another one. You were talking about it the other day.
I like that one too.
5 casinos in 3 hours.
Oh yeah. So we went to 5 casinos in 3 hours, and we went from 500,000 to 4.5 million. Wow! And that one was really cool because of the fashion that we did it. It was so aggressive and so strong. It also got me banned from the win.
Nice.
I was gonna say, right? They're probably like, get out of here.
This is what happened with the win. Was I play my own table, like private table, and so my money's the only money. I'm the only one at the table, me and Ian. And so I forget. So the way it works in the casinos is depending on how much you bring, what your line of credit is, or your deposit money, you can negotiate higher limits.
Okay.
So I have mine set. Like I know all the casinos in the city. If I bring this much, I could bet this much, X, Y, Z, right?
Okay.
So I forget what stage of that morning I was in at the win. I think I was allowed to bet, 75K a hand. Might have been 75. So that part of my morning, I was allowed to bet 75K a hand, which means I brought in $1 million to the win, right? So I'd already won $500,000 somewhere else. I took that full million, went to the win. I was just basically what I did was I parlayed it to all 5 casinos. I just kept parlaying the money, and so I won $500,000 somewhere else. I took the full million to the win. And let me bet 75K. And what I was doing was, I would put my bet, call it on seat 3, like the middle seat. I'd say this is for this hand. Then I'd take another 75, put it on seat 4, and I'd say this is the next hand. Put another 75 on like seat
table.
6.
Yeah.
Well, I did only 3.
Okay,
but
half table, yeah.
Yeah. And I'd say these are my next 3 bets in order. They deal the cards win, win, win. I'd say great. I'd reset 3 more bets. I'd say these are my next 3 hands, and I did that for maybe like a quarter of the shoe, and an executive came over and said, you can't do that, you gotta stop.
But why can't you do that?
Well, it makes sense because what happens if I lose on one of them, and let's say like on seat number 3 I bet player, and on seat number 4 I bet banker.
Okay.
When the cards come out, even though it's meant for seat 3, if they come out banker, I would just claim, no, my money on seat 4 is this hand, you know?
Okay.
Not that I never did do that. I didn't need to do that. I don't do that. I'm not slimy, but I could, so it makes sense. Okay. But anyway, after I left that time, the CFO himself put a note on my account to wake him up anytime I'm back on property. I came, they woke him up, it was in the middle of the night. I was like a massive group of people. They came, and they're the only casino in Vegas that ever kept it a buck with me. And the guy said in front of everybody, and he knows that we're making a joke about it. He goes, "You're too good. We can't have you here."
I love it.
He's the only casino.
At least he's being honest.
Said it straight up.
Yeah.
And, hold on. So just let me know that 500,000 to 4.5
million.
How long of a
3
time?
hours, 5 casinos. We just kept parlaying. We just kept. It's called free rolling. We just kept using the other casinos' money to keep pushing it.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, do you know when you should stop, or is it usually the casino stopping you?
I know when.
Yeah.
I'm really good at stopping because I also have Ian.
Yeah,
like
true.
He'll tell me, he'll be like, "Hey, yo, I got 3 whores in your room. They're ready to suck your dick. It's time to take a break." I'm like, "Say, guys."
That'll get me the fuck off the chair. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But you have a girlfriend now?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
We've been together 1.5 years, but for the last 4 months, it's been she and I. So I was I did like a little like orgy tour. It started in Atlantic City, and I think it started before there, but like a big bulk of it, I did a little East Coast tour, and like a big bulk of it came from Atlantic City. And then we left Atlantic City, we went to LA and then Vegas, and like in the middle of like all these like orgies, I just had this moment. I had like this feeling inside of me, and I was like, this isn't making me feel the way I want it to make me feel. Yeah. This doesn't make me happy anymore. I'm not feeling good, even though I'm in this environment that I usually thrive and love, Yeah. And I called her and I said, "Hey, like, I've been doing this, for like the last 2 weeks, and like this is like where I'm at with it. I want to see if I feel better about me if I just see you one-on-one. Like, can we just rock out like exclusive?" And she's never slept around. Like, that wasn't like how our relationship worked. And she's like, yeah, I'd love that. Like, I'd love to have all of your energy, all of your attention, and all of your focus. Like, I'm down to help you. Like, let's do it.
Nice.
So for about 4 months, like, we've been straight on, and it's been a big learning curve because I've never been like this in my whole life.
Yeah.
It's a
Damn.
big change. I feel like if like when you're partying a lot and doing that shit, like for anyone listening, he did say an orgy tour, okay? He did say that. It's the first time you guys heard that, okay?
I've never heard that, by the way.
No one's ever heard that before. I feel like you can also get insensitive to that stuff too.
Yeah.
And just get sick of it too.
Yeah, and there's so many. You got to think when there's so many people that are so vulnerable and intertwined and intimate that a lot of personalities come out, and some of them it could be hard to jive with. Some of it could be not compatible, and there could be some challenges. And after so much, it really just like can wear you down trying to like be, make everybody happy and get along.
I'm curious, what does your family think now? Seeing from, I guess, you as a kid to where you're at now, what's that been like for them?
My brother, so my family's pretty small. Like my cousins hate my guts. They always did as kids, and it's a long reason why. And and so like my family basically is only nuclear. It's my brother, myself, my mother, my father, and then my mother's parents.
Okay.
And that's basically the only family I'm in touch with. My brother's the only one that had ever. My brother has like been a part of every part of my life, So he's been there. He was like there when I was homeless. He was there when I was selling drugs. He was there when I was in the trap. He was there when I was going to jail. He was there for all this. So he witnessed it. My parents really weren't. My grandparents raised me for like most of my like life. At about 13, my grandparents and whoever could raise me took over. I was too much to handle for my parents. Yeah. And to this day, my parents like don't buy into like what I got going on. They're like too distant to have even appreciated my come up. You know what I mean?
To see where you
I'm sure it's hard to even just believe.
Yeah,
in general, like
it definitely is
for anybody, let alone your parents.
Yeah, no, for sure. I remember when I was selling my businesses and moving to LA from Florida. I was like, Mom, like, let me help you get a vacation. Like, this is a good excuse. Let me fly you down to Florida, and then we'll drive across to LA, and I'll fly you home, and I'll take you out like every step of the way. And my dad was like, no, I haven't seen you in a lot of years. Like, I'm going. And me and my dad don't really get along that good. And I was like, whatever, man. I was like, whatever. Yeah. So he did it, and when he landed, I was like, hey, Dad, like, I want to show you all my companies. Like, I'm going to bring you into the offices. I'm going to take you back house. I'm going to show you everything. Like, I'm going to show you what I've been doing for like the last 5 years. And not once did he like want to or care or like look. One time I took him into my headquarters office, and the whole time he was like on his phone texting, and I was like, oh, you see this is why I did this, and he goes, and I was like, let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's just pack up the truck and go.
It's hard when you don't see the whole come up, like you said.
Yeah.
To really appreciate it.
Yeah.
But in terms of not believing, dude, like everywhere I searched you up, everywhere I looked to kind of see what info I could get on you, the one thing that always came up was people do not believe how much money you win.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people don't believe a lot of things that I say because it's true. Like I live like a really incredible, unbelievable life.
Yeah.
And the term unbelievable means
Literally.
non-believable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I lived an unbelievable life, and I still do. Except that it would be so weird that so many people can come forward and verify, validate, and show receipts, right? Imagine like how many celebrities I gamble with. I won $1 million for Mike Malak, Logan Paul, and Ryan Garcia. I gamble, Lil Baby. I mean, you name them, I gamble with them.
Yeah.
How can that? And by the way, we film like almost all of it.
Yeah.
How can not only all the film be a lie, but how can I convince all of these people to tell the same lie?
Yeah.
How can all these people co-conspire to tell the same narrative and it's all untruths?
Yeah.
How can it be? And then how can nobody step forward with any receipts disproving me?
True.
Yeah, because no one's really doing that. They're just talking shit.
They're just talking trash. That's
Yeah.
it. Never once has someone been like, I can prove it. By the way, here is that proof. He's
Yeah.
lying. It's
Yeah.
never once happened. Casino never stepped forward. Celebrity never stepped forward. Nobody, not a dealer, not a pit boss, not a girl. Nobody's ever came forward and said, "Oh, those are false claims."
Well, I also saw you have the videos now of like the staff at the casino saying
yeah,
how much
I
you won.
have videos of the
Like
executives.
they're saying it. They're saying like, yeah, he just won 1.2 or 3 point, like whatever.
Yeah,
like,
bro, like there's no way, So the people that are non-believers are just ignorant and unwilling to just look.
Yeah.
It's literally there. I have receipts of everything. I showed Spencer Cornelia. I gave him my phone.
Yeah, I saw that.
I gave that man my phone. I said, bro, that's my password. I said, look at anything you want, bro.
Yeah.
And he actually was like, I don't want to look into that. I said, bro, just look.
Yeah.
Open up the message. Just read it. You have full access. And we did it all on camera. People even had things to say say about that? They're like, oh, he cherry picked it. Oh, it was a screenshot. Oh, it was that. Mind you, it's a 20-minute video. Me and Spencer spent 8 hours together. He saw so many things that he's like, bro, like, everything is a fact. There's no way he goes, I'm just going to put one in there because it's so factual. He's like, I'm just going to put one and fit in 20 minutes.
Because he was like denying it at first,
He was
right?
a big disbeliever.
Yeah.
He did this massive like hit piece, but he was like pretty impartial and non-biased and neutral. I felt that he made his best judgment based on the information he had, but it was lacking. So I said, pull up, man. Let me just show you everything. This way you can with conviction say either I'm illegitimate or I am legitimate. And the truth is, I said, hey, man, at least now at the end of all, I want you coming at least at the end of all this, you can make a video where you don't have to guess, am I a fraud? You can just tell people, yep, confirmed, he's not legit. He is a fraud. He's a scammer.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened.
Yeah.
He came and he saw everything firsthand, like in his hand, anything he wanted.
Yeah.
And he goes, doesn't get any more than this.
Yeah.
I think you have nothing to hide. That's a huge thing, too.
And I guess also the casinos aren't banning a loser.
Yeah.
Right? In both ways.
That
like,
could
you
be
know
the
what I
biggest
mean?
fact of it all.
I think that one's the biggest one. I was gonna say, is there anything you could show us? Some like, can we get some Spencer
Bro,
treatment or what?
You guys want to see everything?
Yeah, man, I want to see, bro. I just want to dream. I want to see the numbers and just dream, bro.
Let's do this. Before I even open my phone, we're going to log in to every single website. Like every casino has a website portal, and then I'm going to log in right now live in front of everything with you guys.
Okay.
Want to do
Let's
it?
do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Jay, you got
Here,
it?
yeah, let's get a camera. Let's get an extra camera in here. Because like, I didn't even know there was like login portals. I'm really not that guy, so I'd love to see. Even just a couple. You show us one or two of them, I'm happy with it. I'm going to
show you all of them.
Okay, let's
I'm
go.
gonna show you all
Let's go. I want to see
And
the
then,
numbers.
and what I'm also
shocked.
gonna do is I'm gonna send them to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna screenshot them, send them to you right
We
now.
can put them on.
and then you post them on the internet.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
do
put them on the
this.
screen. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see. Let's do the first one here.
Can we say the casino too, or what?
Yeah, screw it.
Yeah. All right, bet. I love it. The authenticity, you know?
All right, I'm on. All right,
Beauty.
there we go. Okay, so we're logged in.
All right, bet. Who's this?
This is MGM.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta sign in. Sorry. All right, sign in. Facial recognition.
Are you motherfuckers? You motherfuckers. Gotta take a sip of Happy Dad for this, just make sure. So I'm prepared for these numbers.
All right, so it's obviously me, right?
Jay, can we get a confirmation? Thumbs up? Thumbs up for the cam? All right.
Win-loss tax info. Let's start with our most oldest year. So I'll just show you. In 2016, we'll start.
Okay.
It says there's no win-loss, right? Which means I started playing at MGM after.
Okay.
Let's go 2017, I mean. 2017. 12,320, something light,
Nice.
right? Just starting.
Getting started.
Yeah, that's the Beau Rivage. 2018, we have 46,000 from the Beau.
Okay.
80,000 from the Borgata. No, 30. I'm sorry, 46,000 from Beau and 36,000 from Borgata.
Okay.
Right. Then we're gonna go 2019. Just getting warmed up.
Okay.
Just gambling as a degenerate.
Yeah,
right?
that was just for fun.
Didn't take it
That's just
serious
fun
yet. All right, Aria, we got 17,000. Let's see where else. Park 8,500. Borgata 16,000. Beau 2,000. Just getting warmed up.
Sorry, these numbers are all profit.
Yep.
All
Okay.
profit numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aria, we have 185,000.
Oh,
Okay,
here we go.
Bellagio 150,000.
Let's go.
MGM Grand 1,245,275.
Okay.
You got that one?
Stop this,
Okay,
bro.
this one's 0 to 100.
Stop this.
Real quick.
This guy went from 18,000 to 1.1 million. All right.
Mirage 4 grand. Park MGM 44,000.
Damn, bro. I don't want to hear another motherfucker say this guy's lying straight up. I don't want to hear another word.
Oh, here, I'll let you guys look.
Yeah, just show me the big one. Just show me that 1 million out here. Yes.
So sick. MGM Grand, there they are.
That's crazy,
What a
bro.
legend.
That's crazy.
Well, hold on. Right now, all I'm doing is buying a new car. Let me show you the house.
What car was it though?
I bought the McLaren with the casino's cash.
I love that.
Yo, appreciate you guys.
So now we're in 2021. MGM Grand 3,207,000.
Oh my
Let
god.
me show you guys.
This one, what year was this one?
2021. That's obviously my full name.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's the name.
2.2 million. 3.2 million.
Jesus
Wow, you cleaned up in
Christ.
2021, dude.
Jesus Christ.
No, I just showed you the guest house. you guys just wait. And then I'll show, just so you see, like, that's when I got banned. So then in 2022, it's going to say no win-loss statement.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
'Cause I
because
couldn't
you
play.
haven't played there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there's MGM. Now let's go to the Venetian.
Are you banned here too now?
Yeah.
Nice. Love that.
Facial recognition. The 2 casinos that I'm not banned from, I'm not going to show because, like I said, like we have an arrangement. You know, I don't ruffle their feathers, they don't ruffle mine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're definitely logged in. It's my full name, right? Hold on. That's definitely me.
Yes, sir.
Venetian.com. So in 2018, that's my full name, my address, everything, right?
Yeah.
Now here it says win, loss, right? Loss is
okay.
always in parentheses. Can the mic hear me?
Yeah. I got it like this. Turn to you.
I'll go here like this.
Yeah.
So the loss is always in parentheses.
Okay.
Right, just so you know, so that's how it's written out, win, loss. So here I lost for the year. It says in English. Therefore, your total estimated win or loss being in parentheses, at the Venetian Resort for the year 2018 is 21,000. I lost 21,000 that year.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the Venetian 2018.
Mhm.
Okay.
My next year playing is 2020.
Okay.
Let me show the camera.
Yeah, show the cam. Because you got the mic
We'll
there
put
too.
the
It's good.
screenshots in after too.
Yeah. So I lost 20,000 in the year 2018 at the Venetian. Now here's my full name, address, player number, full name again. Shows $4,292,005.
Jesus Christ.
Therefore, your total estimated win-loss at the Venetian Resort for the year 2020 is $4,292,005. And there's no parenthesis,
So that's a win.
Yeah.
meaning a win.
Let's fucking go. 4.2.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm just paying taxes on the real house. Hold on a second.
Big tax on the McLaren though.
I got something better for you guys.
Oh my God.
So now we're gonna look at 2021.
Okay.
This is one of my favorites.
Okay, it's a good one. All right.
You seeing this? Full name, address, my Grazie Rewards number, full name again. So for the year, therefore, your total estimated win-loss is only in parentheses. Therefore, your estimated win at the Venetian Resort for the year 2021 is $10,080,630.
All right, I'm gone. I'm out of here, bro.
I'm out.
Open the fucking door. I'm out.
Yo, there's so many digits.
So many
in that
zeros.
number.
Jesus.
Guys, he's not fucking
Christ.
lying. That's
Oh,
all I'm gonna
wait,
say, bro.
I have more.
Okay.
That's just
let's
groceries
go.
for the year, no?
So now we're gonna look at the win.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
I
And
got
these are all like you can't gamble there anymore. These guys are
Yeah,
like,
these
nah.
are all. I'm banned from all these.
What the fuck would they let him go back?
Yeah, fair.
So now I'm logging in. It's login.winresorts.com.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
By the way, I've only played at the Win 2 times in my life.
Okay.
By the way,
Okay.
technically I played a third time with like Logan and Mike once.
Yeah.
But that was like a
Some fun
unique
times,
scenario.
yeah.
So your total estimated table win-loss, again, losses in parentheses for the year 2020, is a loss of 2.2 million. So I lost the first time I ever went to the Win. I lost 2.271 and 400. So I lost almost 2.3 million the first time.
Okay.
Then I went into Win a second time. It was my second and only time. And here, your total estimated table win-loss, this time's a win, is for 1.2 million.
Nice.
Okay.
So I actually ended the Win an overall loser, but it was okay because it costed me 2.7 million to learn their system. I learned it, and on a day that I won 4.5 million, I took $1 million from them. I took 1.2 million dollars from them. So it all worked itself out. I was really, like I said, I was parlaying and leveraging the casinos against each other. So you can't have a 100% win rate. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm ever pretending that I win 100%.
Yeah, as I say, I like that you're honest. You showed the loss. Like you showed.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I have nothing to gain or lose. If I'm a lifetime losing player,
Yeah.
nothing's gonna change. I'm like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter to me. So I'm always fully transparent. I always show it like this is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I had like a couple of losses. I lost the Venetian in 2019. I lost $20,000. I had a couple of losses in MGM properties, of course. You know, 10,000 here, 15,000 there, maybe 50,000 once in a while. But when you look at all these numbers, I mean,
You're probably learning something though every time you lose though.
yeah,
too.
I'm spending the money as an investment. When I went to the Win and I lost the 2.7, I said I'll lose this 2.7 because it's going to help me win, 10 down the line.
Yeah.
And it did every time.
Is there a?
By the way, I have more casinos.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
You got
So
them
we'll
all.
Is there while you keep logging in? Is there a number that you usually go in with? Like, hey, we're playing with this much today, or does that always change?
It always changes.
Yeah.
So here at the Cosmo, I had to text an executive whose name is Matt Saka.
Okay.
I said, Matt, I can't log into my account. And I know that when they ban you, a lot of the casino policies is to also shut down your account.
Okay.
So I said to him, hey, I can't log in. Can you help me? So this is what I said yesterday at 2:55 p.m. I said, hey, Matt, I'm having trouble logging into the site. Can you help me reset my password, please? And that's Matt Saka. He's an executive. He's a big shot in Vegas. Been around for like 40 years. He goes, hey, Mick, how you doing? Hope life's treating you well. Apparently, no one that has been banned has access. If you're looking for your 2021 win-loss statement, I can have them mailed or emailed to wherever you'd like. I said, can you please email me all years I've played at Cosmo? He said, I'm on it. Then I received it. So let me go into my emails.
Dope.
Damn, so they won't even let you log in, eh?
Yeah.
At least they send it to him though.
So this is from, I don't know who this guy is. It's Harvey Hollander, and he CC'd Matthew Saka. And it says, attached per your request. So here, I have the first year I played with them, which is, what year does this say? I don't even know what year this is. I don't know if it says the year on here. Oh, 2020, I'm sorry. Please find below the details of your 2020 win-loss statement. And here I'm up about $500,000. Again, the loss is only in parentheses, and there's no parentheses.
Yeah.
So I'm up $500,000. The Cosmo was kind of early on. They also never gave me extended betting limits ever. But I will say, so that was in 2020. Okay. Then in 2021, I lost back a little bit of the money. Mind you, in comparison, so here I lost about $250,000. So I won $500,000, lost back a quarter. I'm still up $250,000 for life, right? Yeah. But you also have to consider that even with like this loss of like $250,000 or even like a loss of $2 million, it's really drops in a bucket in comparison. Like I can easily go out one night for fun and just light $100,000 on fire, having a good time. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I love that, bro.
When you really factor it all in, I mean, you guys can have my phone. You can play around on the apps. You can do anything you want. You know?
Nah, dude, what I just seen is crazy.
I'm gonna send you all like screenshots of it.
We'll add it to the video.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
We'll add it to the pod.
Jesus Christ.
That's crazy.
I have more casinos on here too, and I can keep showing you, but
no, that's more than enough, bro.
Do you have an estimated idea of lifetime earnings so far?
Out of Vegas casinos specifically?
Sure.
Both.
Jesus.
Congratulations, bro.
Did you bet sports at all? I'm curious.
That's just me asking. I am the worst sports bettor you have ever met in your life. This is not a joke. I've won one sports bet in history. It was a UFC fight, and I won it in the last round, I think, that it was like an option. It was like, I don't even know what it was. I'm a terrible sports bettor.
Yeah,
I'm the worst.
No, I'm just curious.
If you want to know, by the way, if you want to know the locks of the centuries of your betting sports, ask me my real opinion and do the opposite.
For real, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I'm the worst. Yeah.
Okay, listen, before we get to our famous question, I got to ask, is there an end goal? Is there an end goal to all of this?
I got no plan, man. I'm just living my best life, and that's it. Like,
I fucking love that.
Yeah, I take it as it comes. I've survived such hostile environments in my life without a plan that there's nothing with the resources I have now that I can't survive.
Yeah. I agree, bro.
Wow. Hey, man, listen, the way you've done it, I think you've lived a life that I think people would maybe love or hate to live, but experiences that, like, you know, I'd say 90% of the people in this world will never experience. So you're having fun, bro. And I'm fuck. I just saw $10 million. So
do you
whatever.
think if you didn't have that upbringing that you had, you'd be here today? Like, do you ever regret things that you've done?
Yeah, I mean, I have like a lot of like remorse and like a lot of like second guessing, you know, like bro, like my life could have taken such a safer route. I could have done things like so calmly and correctly, and I could have still been very successful, and I could have done it without the pain that I actually endured. You know, I could have.
I think that made you stronger, though.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but like, what do you need the strength for if you're never in battle?
Yeah.
Damn, bro, this guy's fucking me up right now. This guy just got
crazy.
Bro, dropping bars right now. You sure you can't be a rapper? You said you can't be a rapper, but I don't know.
I started rapping actually for fun. I have like a grip of songs. Like Lil Keed, rest in peace, Lil Keed. I love you, man. Lil Keed's last song ever is my first song ever.
Wow.
Yeah. We didn't release it yet. You know, when it's you know, when it's like, you know, after he passes away, there becomes like so many more hoops to jump through. It's also a really sensitive situation.
I know.
So I told his manager, Zoe, I said, hey, listen, man, like, I don't need the money. Like, let's release a song because it's a really cool thing. And I would like to donate all of it to his kid's mother. Wow. He actually, his kid's mother was actually pregnant when he passed away. And unfortunately, she ended up losing the baby. Wow. And she and I are still in touch.
fuck?
So I said, yeah. I said his mom and his kid's mom. I said, let me just like donate whatever comes in off this song.
Yeah.
I have a song with Kill Cody. I got a song with 2K Baby. I got a song with Wet Brain. I got a song with Chief Keef. I got
That's crazy. We gotta bump this shit after, eh?
yeah. I got a song coming with.
These are all out?
I didn't release any of them
Okay,
yet because
okay.
we're putting it together. So
You gotta
like,
let us know. You gotta let us know.
Yeah, for sure. I can play you some like when we're not airing. Like I'll play it just so you can
Dope.
hear it.
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
not good. I'm doing it for fun, man.
Nah,
It's been like a
stop
real
this.
blast.
No, fuck it.
But all these dudes are like really in my corner. All these guys, you
That's
know,
sick.
and they're helping me a lot.
I have to ask just because we're like, we're from Toronto. Shout out my guy Drake, Champagne Poppy. I saw you have a pic with him. Were you guys gambling together? What was that?
I don't want to say too much. I think
Okay.
that
All right,
what I
all
learned
right.
kind of the hard way about Drake was I think that he really doesn't like when people use his name. I think I learned that.
Well, because he's so fucking famous. It's ridiculous.
And probably everybody's after him just to claim something about Drake. Like imagine your whole claim to fame, your whole personality is just knowing somebody else.
I
Yeah.
know.
You know, and
True. It's kind of fucked.
yeah, and I think it happened because when he and I were talking one time, I called, the fake Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
What a bum.
That's another whole other story.
That's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
This
So
guy
the-
just made his whole life just look like Drake.
Yeah, so fake Drake hits me up one time. He's like, yo, you want to gamble for me something? And I'm like, not really, but like, let's talk if the money's right, So we talked and he goes, can you post with me? Can we make content about us gambling? I said, I don't know. It seems weird. So I called Drake, the real Drake, and I was like, yo, this dude who's pretending to be you, whatever? And he goes, yeah, that dude's mad weird, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, like he wants me to post it. I'm like, how do you feel about that? And in slightly different words, the real Drake goes, the real Drake and fake Drake. If you might offend one of them, don't you think you should pick a side?
Yeah.
I said say less.
Got you. I got you.
Hangs up the phone. Done.
Yeah. But then the fake Drake ends up going on I forget what podcast. He did an interview somewhere.
Okay.
And he talks about me and the real Drake. But the thing is he lied. He took everything out of context.
Damn.
And so Drake, the real Drake, he sends me the link right away. And he goes, look at this clown saying, look at this fool saying, he's lying on both our names and this whole thing. And me and Drake were talking and it's like, yeah. And I had noticed that if you use his name, he really doesn't appreciate it. He probably actually won't even appreciate much me saying his name now, but I only have mad love for the dude, like
Yeah.
really cool, but I think he's very private, and I think if he wants to share information, it should come from him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I respect that. No, we asked just because, we had his close producer Boy Wonder on the pod not too long ago. And we're from the city, right? Big fans of him and what he's done. And dude, the guy is like, you want to talk about famous? Jesus fucking Christ. Like, there's
Yeah, he's like
there's-
Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
next
no one
level.
more famous than him. But anyways, with that being said,
Give it to him, bro.
bro, we're the MBH podcast, Money Buys Happiness. Do you believe money buys happiness?
Nah, for sure not.
Okay.
But what it does do is it buys you access to things that make you happy.
Okay. All right, done. Wrap it up. We're good.
That's fucking simple.
No, dude, like, okay. Obviously, your life has taken a lot of turns, left, right, ups, downs. I can imagine. I would guess that having the money you have
Are you happier
has
now?
made
Yeah. Are you
things
happier?
easier. Has given you a little bit more access to some happiness.
I've had some of my most happy experiences, probably off the camera, right? Like privately.
Yeah.
I would say I've had more experiences that overall equal more happiness because of the money and because of all this than I would have otherwise. My most fun moments come when there's no money involved and it's just like me and my buddies and like we're just like locked ourselves in the house or we go go-karting. Like we love go-karting and all that kind of stuff. And so like we just like to act wild, like ride dirt bikes, ride BMX, and that stuff is like minimal. But I think I've had more like I think like the level of happy might be less, but there's so much of it accumulated because of things that money got me that like overall I would have more fun because of the money than without the money.
Fair.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, you're rich as fuck, so like, I trust you. I trust him. Anyways,
said it.
yo, man, listen. I fucking appreciate you coming on, dude. It's been an absolute pleasure. What a chat. We've been going hard here. It's been going for a while.
It's like a soccer game
But,
over here.
Oh yeah.
I see some cash behind the camera. We trying to.
Yeah. So this is my boy Rico. So we're actually taking off from Vegas as soon as we wrap here. We're jumping in the G-Wagon and taking off.
Oh, let's go.
And,
Okay.
we're gonna go gamble a little. So he just picked up some cash to take with us.
Let's go. What are we rocking with here?
It's $100K, I think. It's like 100
100
from
rocks?
here.
Jesus Christ. Show it to the camera. Show it to the fucking cam.
Now I'm like a real rapper.
Yeah, let's go. Yes, spread out on the arm. Let's go. Let's go.
That's
Nah,
crazy,
I'm just
dude.
playing. No. But yeah, so we have to shoot over to Vegas. So
Okay, you guys.
How long
going
you staying
straight
there
from
for?
I have to do. I'm gonna go to the fight tomorrow night.
Okay.
I got Rich the Kid tonight. The fight tomorrow night. We're gonna screw around on Sunday. Monday I got a little bit of work to do. Tuesday I got another interview. Wednesday I'll be back to LA. And then I think I'm gonna go shoot to Philly and go kick it with Lil Uzi for a bit.
Sick.
What a fucking schedule you
Jesus
just
Christ,
said,
what a
dude.
life, bro.
Holy fuck.
Wow. That all right, guys. If you're watching this, that's 100K. And if you're listening, I wish I could help you hear how it sounds, but that's 100K. How much are we looking to win off of that?
Realistically, I'm gonna tell you my goal.
What's the goal?
Is to leave with 300. So triple up,
Triple up.
200K profit. Yeah.
All right. Let's hope it's like, let's go for a mil though in reality. Coach, is that cool? Can we go for a mil or are we just going for
Coach,
3?
what are we really going for here?
We'll talk about it later.
Yo, man, once again, brother, I appreciate
man.
you.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute
Thank you,
pleasure.
bro.
And hopefully we'll have you back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely down. Something I do want to leave with though.
Yeah,
So
please.
people started commenting on like little like motions I make. Like I stick my tongue out a lot when I talk or I touch my mouth and stuff. Before some of you people like start saying stuff, I actually have mild Tourette's. So that's actually why I'm
Damn,
doing
don't you
it.
feel bad now, peeps?
You fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah, like people are like coming up with all these conspiracy theories on why I do it. He's a reptilian. He's this. He's that.
Holy
It's like
I
not
call you
play. I got
reptilian?
Tourette's.
Don't y'all feel bad now, eh? We'll make sure we
reptilian
clip
is
that. We'll make sure we
crazy.
clip
The
that shit.
reptilian is crazy. Yo, man, that's Phil. Fuck you guys for real, you pieces of shit. No, but again, man, appreciate you. We'll have to do this again for sure.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
On that note, we are out.